And now for the honorable member, Mr. Faizal Jaffarally.
I rise to support Budget 2025 under the theme is secure, prosperous, and sustainable Guyana. Allow me, Mr. Speaker, to congratulate our honorable and distinguished senior minister within the office of the President with responsibility for finance and public service, Dr. Ashni Kumar Singh, and the staff of the Ministry of Finance for a well-crafted budget. Mr. Speaker, this budget will see in every village, every creek, every community, every town will see enhanced development in every sector. It is a people-centered budget which will benefit every social economic group within our country. Mr. Speaker, before I continue my budget speech, the Honorable Viceroy Jordan this morning mentioned that and this is the attitude of our colleagues on the other side. They come to this house with a lot of half-truths and misinformation, and then they leave. They leave. They does not wait for a response. They run. Yes, I agree they reduced the Burbage toll by $300. But I want to inform the nation that we, the PPPC, will have a toll-free bridge later on in this year. We will have a toll-free bridge. The honorable member talked about contractors and who is getting contract. Mr. Speaker, in 2015, when the APNU AFC took office, the first thing the then REO and the petroleum advisor, they invited all the contractors in Region 5 for a meeting. And they blatantly point to each one of them and said, you will not have work, you will not have work, you will not have work. For the simple reason, some of these contractors had on a red shirt at the meeting. Just imagine a color. And these comrades, these people could not give them, that's how they conduct business. The honorable member talked about he wants an outreach, a medical outreach in Region 5. Mr. Speaker, gone are the days that when you have a little fever, you have to run to Fort Welling Hospital or Myconi Hospital. Today in Region 5, I'm proud to say we have 20 health centers across the Region 5. And these health centers are manned by professionals. Some have doctors visiting, midwives, senior nurses, and providing all the services that can be have at a health center. Mr. Speaker, I have a document in my hand with the name of all the health center, the number of staff, and the service that each health center is providing. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, in keeping with the government's commitment in reducing imports by 25% in 2025, the agriculture in Region 5 will contribute significantly in achieving this important goal. Mr. Speaker, agriculture is the lifeblood of Region 5, where more than 50% of our residents are occupied gainfully in agriculture, whether they be rice farmers, cattle farmers, cash crop farmers, poultry farmers, fishing industry. In any given day, you go to the markets in Georgetown and you see trucks and cans with farmers' produce from Region 5 coming to Georgetown. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Agriculture, through its various programs, had made significant strides in empowering and promoting sustainable agricultural practices. We have implemented measures to enhance irrigation and drainage system, provide farmers with improved varieties and offer training programs to help them to adopt to modern techniques and increase crop yields while conserving natural resources. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, we have seen massive infrastructure development work. But, Mr. Speaker, before I explain, let me give you briefly what transpired between 2015 and 2020, the records of the APNU AFC in Region 5. Mr. Speaker, they destroy every piece of drainage and irrigation system in Region 5. Every single piece. Rice farmers had to left the fields. Cash crop farmers, cattle farmers, they had to left the field because APNU AFC destroyed the drainage and irrigation infrastructure in Region 5. Mr. Speaker, in the most blatant manner, they remove street lights. They remove street lights. Street lights from communities such as Bath, Bushlot, Woodley Park, Blaymont, Shieldstone. The Honorable Minister Priyamanichan was instrumental at that time to have those street lights placed. But, Mr. Speaker, I wish to inform this House. I wish to inform this House that we have replaced those lights. And I also wish to say that APNU AFC will never get a chance to remove those lights because you will never ever enter the seat of government. Mr. Speaker, early this morning we had a group of young Afro-Guyanese farmers from Seafield. Mr. Speaker, one day Teacher Joy from number 41, Pastor Williams, Mr. Miller, they came to Bath Freedom House and in tears in her eyes, she said, Mr. Jaffarally, we voted for APNU AFC. We voted for them and this is what they are doing to us. This is what they are doing to us. I said to her, Teacher Joy, whether you vote for APNU AFC, that is not my concern. I'm concerned about the injustice that's being done to you. The injustice that's being done to them. They made an attempt to see the then president. When they turned up at the gate of the office of the president, the then Minister of State, who had wanted the land, told the people they can't pass the gate. They can't pass the gate. I made contact with my colleague, the Honorable Anil Nandalal. We were in opposition. And he took the case pro bono to court. And he won the case. Today, those farmers have their land and they are planting their land gainfully. Mr. Speaker, the other one, Mr. Robert Stamp, was across the length and breadth of Region 5, telling people you'll give them $9,000 a bag for paddy, like he did in Essequibo. $9,000 a bag you'll give them for paddy. And after the election, they had this big conference, I think right here at the convention center, when they were told rice is a private business. Rice is a private business. Mr. Speaker, if we allow the rice industry to collapse at any time, more than 100,000 people will be without a job. More than 100,000 people in this country will be out of a job. These are the kind of things that these people did to the people of Region 5. How can we ever forget them? Mr. Speaker, these people are all they can focus during the period in office was mismanagement, incompetent, no credibility, and are not being trustworthy. How on earth would ever the people of Region 5 or the people of Guyana have any confidence in allowing you to have the seat of government? No way, comrades, no way. Never again. Never again. Never again. Mr. Speaker, They built what they call a model farm. A model farm. At model farm, they built a model farm at Fort Wellington, where they spent over $200 million. And every Saturday, they pick a bag of bacon and go still up to Linden to sell it. Mr. Speaker, the People's Progressive Party, the People's Progressive Party have established what is known as a proper model farm. This is what AP and UAFC had. This is what they had as a model farm. This is what the People's Progressive Party have. This is what the People's Progressive Party have. This is what the People's Progressive Party has as our model farm. Mr. Speaker, last year alone, nearly 30 schools went and visit the model farm. Farmers group across the region are going there. Individual farmers are going there. Mr. Speaker, thanks God that we are now building a state-of-the-art hospital on that spot. Mr. Speaker, the AP and UAFC government has really destroyed Region 5 and our country as a whole. And then we hear the talk by Mr. Nigel Hughes, who seems to be the leader of the AFC. Whether the AFC...
You won't be able to quote Mr. Hughes. He's not in here.
The leader of the opposition, the leader of the AFC said people don't eat the road. The leader of the opposition said we're building infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, I am proud to say I want them to come to this National Assembly and tell the people of Ithaca, where we built 17 roads, which one of the roads we must not build for them. You go and tell them. The AP and UAFC, go and tell the people in Ithaca. Go to Rosignol and tell the people of Rosignol where we built 22 roads. Go to Belladrum or Paradise where we built another 15 roads. Go to Park. Go to Bath Settlement. Go to Bushlat. Comrades, this government of the People's Progressive Party, led by Dr. Irfan Ali, is a people-centered government. They don't want us to build infrastructure. Go and tell the people at Bath Settlement or Region 5 that we must not build a new hospital. Tell them that we must not build a new hospital. Mr. Speaker, go and tell the people of Region 5 that we must not build a new state-of-the-art hospital. Or go and tell the people at 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐄, where the Honorable Minister went recently, and we opened a brand new health center. A brand new health center that was at 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐄. Mr. Speaker, so comrades, we have to be careful what we say. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to say, in collaboration with Ministry of Public Works, Ministry of Housing, Ministry of Local Government, we have built over 700 community roads in Region 5 from 2020 to 2024. Mr. Speaker, Region 5 has 173 villages from Mahaika Bridge right on to Ithaca. And in every single village across Region 5, the PPPC government has built roads in every one of those villages. Every one of those villages, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, every one of those villages, we have built roads in those areas. So don't come and tell us, don't build infrastructure. Go and tell the rice farmers that we should not build a bridge at Bayabu, or we should not clean the canal at Ithaca, or we should not clean the canal at Port or at Bath. Comrades, Mr. Speaker, as I said, agriculture is of great importance to us. Rice production in Region 5, a total of 1,444.1 acres was sown last year. That is an increase of 11,910 acres, or 6.8% of 2023. This was due to the government continued investment in the rice industry. Assistance were provided to our farmers in various farms. Mr. Speaker, we have seen an increase of acreage also during 2024. Mr. Speaker, livestock development, the black belly sheep, a success story. The breeding bull, a success story. I think the Honorable Minister needs to give the Honorable Mahipal a bull, though. Mr. Speaker, in the fishing sector, we have now gone into prawns production. Mr. Speaker, we have gone now into prawns production in Region 5. And this year we expected to get some $48 million from prawns production. Mr. Speaker, these are the ponds. These are the ponds. And this is the package pond for sale. So, only last year the minister spoke about it. Only last year the Honorable Minister spoke about this. Mr. Speaker, there's a difference in the way the PPPC manages its affairs and how the APNU operates in government. All these honorable gentlemen here, honorable ministers, when they go to a community, we interact with our people. We have conversation with them, and we are able to solve their problems, sometimes on the spot. Look at Honorable Minister Deodat Indar went to Baibu, and the issue of electricity was raised. It's a matter of weeks we were able to get electricity in Baibu. When Honorable Minister Priyamani Chan, when the Honorable Minister Manichan went to Burma housing scheming, and the people asked about the Oxford Primary School, that school is under construction. That school is under construction. Or when the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, went to Rosignol, and the fish farmers said they needed a shed, $110 million was spent. $110 million was spent. Or when the Honorable Ejil goes to a community and the people talk about road, he responded in a positive way. When Honorable Colin Kroll goes down in New Providence, I guess he was not do that area either, and the people talk about water distribution, they got water today. That is how we operate as a government. Ministers of government, His Excellency, the Vice President, members of Parliament. Why are we doing this, Mr. Speaker? Because we believe we are accountable to the people of this country. We are accountable to the people of this country. We are servants of the people of this country, and we must provide goods and services to the people of this country. Unlike the other side, they sit in a back room and planning how to rig an election. They sit in some back room and plan how to rig an election. But, Mr. Speaker, the people...
Mr. MP, you'll need an extension if you want to complete.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to ask that the honourable member be given 5 minutes to conclude his speech.
In rigging elections, we believe work with the people, win the election squarely, and we will win again. Mr. Speaker, in 1992, after 28 years of dictatorship under the PNC, led by Cherry Jagan, we went to that election with the slogan, time to change, time to rebuild. And since then, every single PPP government had to rebuild this country. Every single PPP government had to rebuild this country. You had the government from 2015 to 2020, and you destroyed everything that we built. Everything that we built, you destroy. We have to start all over again. All over again. But because we are committed, we are hardworking people, and we believe that we must provide goods and services to the people of this country. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, that we will always be on the side of the people. Mr. Speaker, over the last 3 days, every speaker on the opposition, when they come to speak, they have a list of things to do. They will do this and they will do that. Mr. Speaker, they had 4 years. What did they do? 5 years. What did you did in your 5 years? 5 years you had, you're coming with things to do now. You have the things to do now. What were you doing there all the time? Right? Right? Mr. Speaker, as we in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, as we continue this budget debate, let us not lose sight of the positive impact of this government has in Region 5 and across our country. This budget reflects our commitment to the well-being of our citizens, as well as a responsible management. As a government, we recognize the importance of financial stability and equitable distribution of the resources of our country. Through prudent decision-making, we aim to foster economic growth, support essential services, build a foundation for a prosperous future. Together, Chief Whip of the Opposition, let us move forward together. Let us move forward with confidence, knowing that Budget 2025 under the theme A Secure and Prosperous Sustainable Guyana will set the stage for a resilient and inclusive society where every citizen can strive. Let's work together with a common goal of our people. They deserve nothing less. Let us continue to build one Guyana. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Mr. Faizal Jaffarally.